Here we go. Welcome everyone to the Pisces full moon lunar eclipse celebration. So today's September 4th. You know, I always do these early so we can kind of prepare. And there is a ton of stuff going on. All good or mostly good. So it can be good. Let's just put it that way. Let's call in sacred space. Let's all take a big deep breath in. And as we exhale, drop those grounding cords. Send your roots all the way down into the earth. Just feel yourself grounded. Then inhale, draw that earth energy up, up, up. Through your body, send it up and out through the top of the head, connecting with the heart of the divine above us. Inhaling, draw that cosmic energy back down. Send it on the exhale all the way down into the earth, activating the as above, so below flow. Connecting with that flow, breathing in, breathing out, activate the as within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. Moving to the north, we welcome Mother Earth. We give such great thanks to be here in this yummy time on the planet doing this sacred work. Moving to the south, we welcome water. We welcome clear, clean current flow. We welcome love, joy, and abundance. Moving to the west, we welcome air, mind, focus, clarity, all of our guides, angels, allies, and helpers. And moving to the east, we welcome fire and movement and passion, divine right action. Moving to the center, we welcome our divine feminine and our divine masculine in sacred right relationship. We call that beautiful energy down through our bodies. We call up Mama Gaia to pull and magnetize that energy through us. And we welcome our own sweet, extraordinary souls into the circle. We ask that all of these energies be with us, pray with us, dance with us for a mutual benefit. All right, let me pull us up here. Here we go. All right. So once again, I can tell by the numbers on the call already that everybody's a little bit, oh my gosh, what's going on? So take a minute and just close your eyes and maybe put your hand on your heart and just breathe and settle, settle. I can feel you settle into your bodies. And just let yourself feel the movement that's happening all around you. And you just send your cords into the earth. She will hold us no matter what's going on out in the sky or anywhere else. She holds us. So settle into that. And then I'm going to show you all the things that are gearing up. And it's actually very beautiful. I decided, once again, it always feels like a new beginning around this time. And so I just like to call in extra help. So I opened this with the prayer to the Cosmic Mother. And I'll just read it for everyone. It's very beautiful. We do this in Priestess. Oh, great Mother, divine feminine, birther of the cosmos, lover unto spirit, creatrix of all matter and queen of all worlds, within worlds and those without. We call to you this hour. We are your children. Hear our call. We are the daughters and sons of your divine union, the flesh of your passion for life. You who lay with Spirit, our Father, in the beginning of time, and brought us forth from the blessed union of spirit and matter. We are your children, the sons and daughters of your flesh and your heart, and we remember your touch, the fragrance of your essence, and we long for you. Come into our hearts and gift us the remembering. Come into our minds and open our genius. Enlighten us with your presence. Draw back the veils that we might see and hearken the doors to open, that beauty and ecstasy may live in our homes and hearts more fully. This is our hour of greatest need. We call to you through fire and water, through earth and wind, through everything that bears your name. We call all your lineages and all your names. Come to us. Come to us. So be it. That's by Judy Zion from the Magdalene manuscript. So there is a ton of things that are happening or that have just happened. Why wouldn't you go away? I want you to go away. Just to build up to the moon. So you can see there's a whole page here. I'm gonna go through them kind of quickly, but you can see the big orchestration. There's just a lot, and it's all gearing up for us. So the biggest thing, the thing I want you to have in your mind right now is that Saturn, it's the first thing. It went on September 1. All of this has been happening since the first of this month. September 1, Saturn retrograde. We knew it was going to back into Pisces. Now remember, it was in Pisces for a while. And that was this beautiful clearing, cleansing, understanding, figuring things out, sorting things out. time. And then it moved into Aries, and it was a big movement forward. Well, it's circled back into Pisces now, and it's going to stay there till February the 13th of next year. So we have 6.5 months, and this is like not a do-over, but anything we didn't finish up, anything we didn't make right or get clear on or adjust exactly the way we wanted to, we have 6 months to finish whatever we started. And then it's the big move forward. So a lot of people, I know if you've listened to any of these, we've been talking about jumping timelines. This is when, if you're on this call, you've probably been hearing this for 20 or 30 years, that this is the moment we've been waiting for. Well, that was when we were way back and could see the door from far away. Now we're at the threshold of that big change. So it's a time to really get your ducks in a row. I saw a meme this morning, and there was this herd of huge, thousands of ducks. And the caption underneath was, "All the ducks I need to get in a row." Yeah, it's kind of like that. So Saturn was in Pisces from March of 23 until May of 25. So if you want to know what that feels like, think about what you were doing back then, how things were back then. That's what it's going to feel like for the next 6 months. So what that means is, and the other thing I want to point out is that all of these planets, these big planets, and Uranus is going to join them on the 6th. They're all retrograding. So again, when a planet is in retrograde, that's a time to, and I tell you what, folks, I don't know about you, but I talk to them. I tell them what I want. So Uranus is such a wild card anyway. When it goes retrograde, it could be anything. For the love of heaven and all goodness, everyone should be asking, requesting wonderful surprises, deep insights that we can actually get and hold on to without having to be in chaos and catastrophe. The only reason it happens that way is because we're not paying attention. So I'm glad that you're here. Let's pay attention and notice where those fault lines are, so that you, in your own life, so that you don't have to have a catastrophe happen to get your attention. I'm saying that because Uranus is going retrograde in 2 days. And he's going to join Neptune, Saturn, and Chiron. I think there's another one up there. I just can't find it. Pluto, yeah. And then Uranus goes on the 6th. So they're all in retrograde. That's when you get yourself in alignment with them. That's when you sit down and go, okay, what are the things I need to work on and to get lined up? Now, what this does for us is it makes all kinds of opportunities available, manifesting. So this is, Pisces. Saturn was in Pisces. Now it's in Pisces again. This full moon eclipse is in Pisces. It's all about the big water, imagination, visualization. And Saturn represents actual physical structure, physical crystallization on the physical plane. So everyone is, the buzzwords right now: ask for what you want, tell the universe what you want, visualize it. This is the perfect moment to be dreaming in your future, and dreaming in not just for yourself, the future of the planet, the future of the next 7 generations. Dream that in now. It also can bring more harmony, flow, ease. It just softens all the rough edges. That's what Pisces does, can do. Um, I love this line, doing everything you're responsible for more responsibly and joyfully. It can bring in better intuition. It just makes things easier. So know that you can do that. The other thing it brings is conscious dissolution. So we're watching that, and some of it's conscious and some of it's not. But that's what the old structures that aren't going to serve us in the future, they're going down. They may flip and flop and yell and scream, but they're going down. So Saturn represents the ones that are still here. Neptune represents the ones that don't serve our highest good anymore. And these two are dancing together. So that is going to make the crash of whatever needs to go softer and easier. And rather than just ripping it out, let's calm ourselves, because this is the Virgo season, and clear the decks gracefully and then replace them with something new, something wonderful, something beautiful that makes the world a better place. Creative accomplishment. So if you want to get something done right now in all of this big, juicy energy, you got the sun's in Virgo. Go, go, go. Clean out the drawers, clean out the closets. If you didn't get finished, now's your chance. Go for it. And make it creative, make it fun, make it playful. Now, here's the downside, and the downside can be as extreme as the upside. Escapism. So avoiding challenges, however you avoid them. Using an abundance of ideas not to act on any of them. Just using, it's like, I have so many things I could do. I don't know what to do, so I'm just not going to do anything. Nah. Excessive isolation. You may find yourself wanting to hole up at your house and not go anywhere. Get outside. Repressing spiritual awakening or inspired creativity. So just getting busy and not allowing yourself to create. And we all know energy follows attention. So it's way time for us to really think about making the best use of Saturn and Neptune's final dance on this, because everything, this is all going to shift after the moon. It's all, and it'll shift slowly, but this moment in time is going to go. So dream in a beautiful future. Dream in gentle, easy change and transition. Dream in peace. Dream in enough food distributed well so everyone has a full belly. There's no reason that shouldn't be happening right now. Dream those things in, and see what we can create. No matter, in fact, I started to say, no matter what you see online, just stay offline. Watch these things and a few other uplifting things, and then go outdoors. That is your closest bet to sanity right now. So there's more things happening. I can't get this thing to leave me alone. It's not going to go. Oh, I bet I know why. Hang on. Now let's try. Yeah. There is a lot to know before the moon. So once again, Uranus is going to go retrograde on the 6th. It will go direct again in February. So we're going to have this window through the holidays. So you want to make friends with Uranus right now. Just work with these energies. Uranus and Gemini. Gemini is playful energy. It's fun energy. So if you pay attention and share your thoughts and wishes, it keeps them from having to knock you up the side of the head. That's a good way to put that. So things you want to be asking yourself right now when all this happens, because remember, regroup with Uranus. You can start now. Are you completely embracing what's unique or different about yourself? So are you really being you? Or are you just being the mask? How avidly are you sharing your special gifts and talents with the world? All of us are feeling the nudge. So are you doing that or not? Is it more important to avoid possible criticism from those who don't understand you? Or is it time for you to put yourself out there so you can reach those that you came here to serve? You know, we all made a promise to Creator that we would do a thing when we got here. And are we doing that? Uranus rules intuitive hits. So you may feel, I don't know about you, but I felt when Saturn went into Pisces, soupy as, I mean, I couldn't form a clear sentence or a clear thought for a little minute. So that coupled with Uranus in retrograde, Uranus rules intuitive hits. So are you following them? Are you working for the greater good, at least for those that you love? And is your service aligned with those special gifts and talents that you love most? So we're really being called. If we're on the planet right now, it's because we're here to hold her hand as she births herself anew, and to help all the little earthlings all around, all different kinds, plants and animals included, to move through the shift with ease and grace. So, are you doing that? However you're supposed to. You know, some of us are called to do what I'm doing. Some of us are called to do other things. What are you called to? And are you allowing yourself to express that? Hello. I can't find my poker. Here it is. All right. Now, that's just the beginning. All the planets are lining up in this real supportive position as this, you know, we're going to have a full moon eclipse. It says solar, I meant lunar. And so Tuesday, there's more besides just what I've told you. Tuesday of this week, there was a T-square with Mars in Libra, Jupiter in Cancer, and Chiron in Aries. And so what that, you know, think about them. Mars, Jupiter, and Chiron. Chiron is always about healing. Mars is always about making it right. And Jupiter, especially in Cancer, is expansion and self-care. So if you can read between the lines, what that's telling us is, if you haven't done your trauma healing, if you haven't cleaned up your stuff, your own stuff, not somebody else's, it's the perfect time and everything's geared up. Don't make them knock you up the side of the head. Just do it. Also, there's a T-square with Mars in Jupiter, or Mars, Jupiter, and Ceres. So the beautiful thing, you see this all the time. When you clear your trauma, it clears up your abundance flow. It works like a charm every time. So there's one right here along with it the T-square with Mars, Jupiter, and Ceres, she's the grain goddess. She's the goddess of abundance. So clean up your stuff and your abundance will flow. Tomorrow, Venus is quintile Uranus. So remember, unexpected changes, unexpected changes in plans, but also unexpected windfalls of abundance. Ask for that. All of that is building up to Sunday. And this is all about endings, clearing out the old for the new beginning. So finally, the total lunar eclipse is going to happen Sunday afternoon, our time, at 1:09 p.m. Central Standard Time. It'll be at 15 degrees Pisces. This is the longest lunar eclipse since 2022. So it's going to, and people in Europe, Australia, Asia, Africa will be able to see it. For some traditions, it's known as the blood moon. So because it's in Pisces, any full moon in Pisces is good for areas of spiritual awakening, as we said earlier, inspired creativity, living in the flow, going with the flow. It's very dreamy, very focused on compassion, creativity, right alignment. So I love Pisces and Neptune. So if you want spirit, and we have Uranus, his intuitive hits are out there. This is a great time to get spiritual downloads. And it's also a time to vision the future. Just stay away, don't do drugs. Stay away from drugs, addiction, just mindless drifting or playing the victim. It's really emotional. So it can be sticky if you're not paying attention. And now here's the kicker. It's an eclipse. So it's not just a couple of weeks, it's 6 months. That the effects of whatever intentions we set, whatever events that take place, whatever we hold and vision in, all of that, those effects are going to go outward for 6 months. And with eclipses, a lot of times, they're like a wild card. Things can be really, really good or really, really scary. Yes, Monica, dissolving to rebirth. So they can bring permanent changes, and some of them can be very significant. So once again, we were talking about timeline shifts. This is when if you've already started shifting behaviors that you wanted to shift, stay in the flow. Don't do your best to stay inside the lines. And then watch out for those emotions. Always choose love. And if you find yourself in a situation where it's the same old thing, choose differently. See what happens. The moon opposes Mercury, and that's going to boost your urge to learn, write, teach, and communicate in general. So if you are a coach or an entrepreneur, the ideas are going to be flowing. And Virgo is going to help that. Virgo and Mercury really like each other. It's its strongest placement. So it's just going to be very, very potent. The eclipse's communication is further amplified by the Moon-Jupiter trine. So once again, Jupiter's out there. Jupiter's in Cancer. Jupiter wants us to take care of ourselves, love ourselves. And now it is really encouraging us to use our wisdom and Jupiter also rules philosophy, religion, the meaning of life, and it's all about choosing the high road and taking care of each other. Okay, this is really kind of nuts. Here we go. Then the last little placement we want to talk about is Pluto and Ceres. So there's a semi-square with Pluto and Ceres, that abundance goddess. Both of those planets, just like I said before, Pluto's all about clearing your trauma, learning your lessons. Ceres is all about abundance. You see them dance together a lot, and that is all for our good. You clear your trauma, abundance will flow. Because think of it, trauma is gross. I mean, if you're still carrying it around, you have all that negativity inside your field, and that can't attract anything, but you move it and you're just wide open to receive the goodness that's out there. Pluto also is about gemstones, minerals, and oil, and Ceres is about grain and harvest. So it's just a really potent time to set some intentions, to release some things, whatever doesn't serve where you want to go. And you know, another thing that's going on, which I think we ought to hold as well, is that Pluto is in Aquarius, and not only is it retrograde, but it's currently out of bounds to the south, which means it's totally out of the trajectory of the moon. And usually both of those things, Pluto in Aquarius and Pluto being out of bounds in the south, is an indicator of a period where people move back and take their power back. So kind of revolutionary kinds of things. So vision in, that sounds like a beautiful thing. But vision in a gentle, easy change and transition, and that we are wise and create the most constructive and auspicious ways to step into that sovereignty, because things can get a little dicey. So hold peace, because that's the doorway. I mean, all of that is the doorway we're moving through during this eclipse. So questions you want to be asking yourself, and I'm going to give us a little time to journal with these and think big picture, not just for yourself, but for everyone. What is the dream you want to manifest in 2026? How's your money situation? Is there any trauma clearing you need to do? Are you in balance? How's your self-care? How many times do you just say to yourself, well, it's time to eat, but I think I need to finish this up? I do that a lot. Or I need to go for a walk, but I want to get this done. Jupiter wants you to stop and go for a walk, get a drink, feed yourself. Are you on target with your goals and intentions? Are there budget issues that you need to attend to? And not only what do you want to dream in, but what are you here to dream in for the planet? So I'll give us a few minutes. I want to find my journal. So while you're journaling, I'm going to go ahead and share some of the cards I pulled for us. These were excellent and right in alignment with what we need right now. In the Earth Door, I pulled Receiving in the Physical. The beauty of this planet is that there are as many ways to receive as there are givers and receivers. We can receive love with our emotions. We can receive information with our minds. We can receive energy by engaging our passion and action. One of the wonderful ways to receive is in the physical realm. In fact, all those other ways are pretty much contingent upon receiving in the physical. We literally need a physical body to engage all those other ways of receiving. This way of receiving is literally written in the stars. The archetypal energy of Capricorn, an earth sign, lives in the North Door on the cosmic map. The North is traditionally known as the receiving door. Sometimes many of us grow up with stories that keep us blocked from receiving in the physical realm. We may not feel we deserve to receive. We may feel like we should always be giving rather than receiving. It helps to remember that we're designed to receive in the physical realm. That was truly part of the plan. We have to receive in the physical because we live in the physical realm. Are there old stories blocking your receiving? Where do you need to open and allow yourself to receive in the physical? So take a moment and journal with Earth and see what she has to say to you around that. And in the water door, of course, I pulled abundance. Defined as the state or condition of having a copious quantity of something, plentifulness. Abundance truly describes the natural state of this planet. Everything here has the potential to show up abundantly. The natural progression of life on this planet is to beget more life, to grow into more and more abundance. If there are places in your life where you don't feel abundant, it is time to prime the pump. Spend some time aligning with the energy and vibration of abundance. Where do you need to remember that abundance is your natural state? Where do you need to open to receive? The miracle key for stimulating abundance is gratitude. Where do you need to be grateful today for what may be coming tomorrow? In the air door, I pulled intuition. Good old Uranus. Intuition speaks to that sixth sense of inner or body knowing. Learning to use your intuitions requires that you pay attention to the little nudges and hunches that impulse through you. Many times we may go to linear mind and discount our inner wisdom. When we begin to listen and flex this muscle, we get better and better at making wise decisions and avoiding difficulties as a result. The only requirement here is to listen and pay attention. When you get that inner nudge, follow it. Where has your intuition been trying to speak to you? And where do you need to listen? So journal with air and see what air has to say about listening to your intuition. And then fire, this is a great one too, motivation. This is one of the most potent powers of fire and one of the most necessary. Some of us may be able to power through for a short while when we do not feel like doing anything, but this is usually short-lived. Many times we need a big dose of motivation to get our intentions into action. For some, eating or having enough money to eat is a huge motivation. If you don't have any money to buy food to eat, you might be motivated to do something to get some. This is a very basic level of motivation, but you get the idea. When it comes to motivation, you may need to focus on your why. Why are you doing why are you doing what you do? Why do you want to manifest your creation, your business, or your life in a certain way? When you get clear on your why, it becomes the driving force of what you do. You can harness the motivation to do the things you need to. Where do you need more motivation? What is your why? And then in spirit, I pulled self-sovereignty. Sovereignty is defined as supremacy of authority or rule exercised by a sovereign or state, complete independence and self-government. To be self-sovereign is to be in complete authority over one's behaviors, actions, and outcomes. From this position, we no longer depend on others to define us, inform us, or assist us. It does not mean we don't accept or even ask for help, but it does mean that receiving help from someone else in no way gives them the right to inform our decisions. This is full governance of the self. It implies complete autonomy. It ensures that we have the freedom to act as we see fit. Are there places in your world where you feel you need to behave in a certain way in order to appease others? Do you feel dependent and needy? Where do you need to increase your self-sovereignty? So journal with Spirit for a minute and see what Spirit has to say about that. And I pulled a prosperity card because there's so much talk about prosperity. This is a very good little exercise. Track your income. This is the number one tool of all the money teachers because it works. Truly, and it's so simple. Get a notebook, date the first page with the month and the year, and number down the page 1 through 30. Every day, no matter what, either first thing in the morning or at night before bed, figure out how much money you made that day. Even if you only get paid on Fridays, check in every day, even just to write in a 0. Keep at it. At the end of the month, write in your total for the month and do it again the next month. Begin to watch that bottom number grow. It will happen every time. So I'm going to give you a moment. We have some days. Start setting some intentions for this full moon eclipse cycle. And I know some of you have got to be on your lunch hour, so I'm gonna, I do want to make this announcement. There'll be another presentation this Sunday. The doors are opening for a new session of Daughters of Sophia. And what that means is Priestess is coming. If you want to sign up for a round, if you're ready for High Priestess, all of that is going to begin to happen. So we'll have a big, I'll post it in the newsletter when I send out the recording. We'll have a big presentation opener on Sunday morning, and then doors will be open for at least a month, and folks can jump in if they want. So I'm going to close this out with something some of you may recognize. Oh, birther, Father, Mother of the cosmos, you who create all that moves in light, focus your light within us and make it useful. As the rays of a beacon, show us the way. Create your reign of unity now through our fiery hearts and willing hands. Your one desire then acts with ours, as in light, so in all forms. Grant what we need each day in the way of bread and insight, sustenance for the call of growing life. Don't let us enter into forgetfulness, but free us from unrightness. From you is born all ruling will, the power and the life to do, the song that beautifies all. From age to age, it renews. Truly power to these statements. May they be the source from which all our actions flow, sealed in trust and faith. Aho and Amen. Let's dance. Here we go. All right, everyone. That was so fun. I know it is, isn't it, Sarah? That's by Neil Douglas Klotz. If you were on the summit, that was his translation. This is what I want to do. And I want to stop to share so you can all see each other. All right, everyone. Have a good weekend. And I will see you all at least in 2 weeks, if not before.